What's up, guys? This is Anna with Passions of Paper, back with another Halloween journal to show off today. This is going to be the second of a series. There will be two more to show off after this. In this one, we have a lady here who is standing in front of this big, dark, creepy house, and it says, "Let me tell you a story." And then there is lots of layering going on behind this. And just like the first journal, I used this fabric that I got from Joann's as the base, along with several other layers on the inside. This is an all fabric cover here, so it's nice and flexible but still sturdy enough to do its thing. And so we just got some layers with some cheesecloth that's like this rusty red orange color, and I did some of this white moss lace, and then I did white for the closure on this. Felt this one has kind of a classy feel to me. I really love the way that this tassel turned out. It's super soft, very soft, fluffy, and just a little bit classier feeling than the first journal. And here you can see we've got some nice little beads on there, and then there's just lots of different fabrics in here, just to give you a little look of what's going on in there. I'm not gonna spell it all out this time. There are 5 signatures. This journal is 10 inches tall by 6.5 wide. It is actually, I filled it up a little bit more than the last one, so it actually has a 3.5 inch spine, and it still has 384 pages. And then I did fill it up a little bit more. So this one does have just a little bit of a gator mouth. As you can see, it pops quite a bit open. However, that is including a mini journal. If you take that out, it kind of sits pretty even. It only pops a little bit, but the mini journal does make it pop open a little bit more. I'll go ahead and just show off the mini journal first, since I've already pulled it out. We've got these beads here on this stretchy closure, and the closure is attached to the spine there. And this is just some very thick paper that I printed off with some digitals. And then I used some Tim Holtz fabric to make a pocket here. We've got some journaling cards inside of each pocket. And just like the first Halloween journal, everything's just going to be super grungy. I guess I'll just start from the beginning and flip through. There's lots of stenciling, lots of stamping, inking, and I used some vintage papers, and my dyed papers, book papers, and here's some burnt washi tape, and did some ink splashing, and then I've used my burnt paper. Love how that turned out. And this is some mulberry paper, which is very earthy. So that is the little booklet there. And then here for the closure, just untie. And inside we've got Edgar Allan Poe greeting us, and I put this little vintage sticker on here where you can fill in your name, or if you want to give this journal a name, you can name it. Just something fun to play with there. And this says, "Once upon a time," kind of going with the story theme here. Here we've got a little flip out with some secret journaling space, and I did some collaging there and here. I've got this envelope that I made out of this fun paper, these fun digitals, and there's a journaling card inside, and as you can see there, I sewed this all up Love the way that that turned out. Did lots of sewing on the edges. This is a vintage tracing paper here. I did some finger marks, like they're bloody. And we've got a little grungy notepad here. This is a vintage page of how to build a ship, a little boat or something, like a fishing boat. This is a vintage piece of paper that somebody had used to make a recipe book. And so there's these little vintage pieces of papers, but most of them fell off, so you can see these grungy glue marks. This one is barely hanging on, but it's hanging on right there. So whoever gets this, feel free to glue that down if you like it, or take it off, whichever. And then I did some washi tape just to make this a little bit stronger. Some grungy sewing. And we've got a creepy book page here. Beautiful artwork. Splashing, paint splashing, some stamping. Did some collaging on the edge here with some scraps. Love using up my scraps, and in these grungy Halloween journals, it's so easy and fun to use up scraps. Makes everything look grungier, and it uses up stuff that would normally get thrown away, which is great, right? We've got some black leaves here, some very darkly cooked paper. Here I've got a pocket, and inside this is very, very vintage and kind of beat up, so be careful with this. And then I've got a what do you call it? The jelly plate art. And this is just a journaling card, and you can journal on the back of that. Or you can cut it up and use it in the journal to decorate some more. Here we've got a fake bloodied card that has journaling space on the back. Did some corrugated cardboard here and some stenciling here on my burnt paper. Did some more splashes of the blood paint. We've got the cheesecloth hanging off here. On here I've got a clip with a little tassel, and clipped onto the journal here is this vintage book, little notebook. It's very, very vintage. There are some pages left that you can use, and then inside is this Mrs. Joseph Barry card. So that is just a little something that's fun to play with. Vintage page here. This is a journal page from a journal from 1966, as you can see up here. It's real, it's not a digital. And we've got some, I did some collaging here and made a pocket. And then in that pocket, we've just got a couple of journaling cards. And put some lace up here. This is some of my coffee and rust dyed paper. And this is some of more of it. And it got a little tear here, and I love that. But of course, you're free to glue that down if you would like, or do whatever you want, but I like the grunginess of the tear. This pocket was so fun to make. So you can see there's lots of little loose threads, but they're like all sewn in, so they're not going to fall off or anything. And then I used some of those black leaves. Inside we've got a vintage blank check and a bingo card, a vintage bingo card. Those are good for journaling on the back, or just having some vintage things to play with is fun. Here we've got this picture of this lady, and you can see all that going on in there. And then this was a mixed media page that I made, and I just tore part of it off. It's got this little 3D spot here, which was like some dried paint on my paint tube, and I pulled it off and glued it on. I liked that. And I just did all kinds of things on this. And then inside of this pocket, we just got a couple of journaling cards. Cheesecloth here and some sewing. Grungy paper. Some more fingerprints. This sticker came on something that I bought, and that looked very Halloween-y, so I kept it and put it on there. It looks really cool. And it's real. Vintage page here. Some grungy sewing. Like the textures of it. Nice abstract book page. And some cloth glued on. So here I made this little pocket. I put an H and a W on here. If you can't figure out what that stands for, then why are you watching this video? And no, it does not stand for homework. And there's just a vintage card that you can put some paper on the back if you want to use it for journaling. We've got a nice big pocket here with this journaling card. It says a wicked thing, and it's got some butterflies and some more of that grungy mixed media paper. And a nice space on the back for journaling. I added a little tab so that can stick out. Makes it easier to pull it in and out. Here I just did some collaging to cover up some matte paper. And here I just put some grungy paper on this, because there's a lot of these black digitals in here which look really cool, but I wanted them to still be usable. So most of them got turned into either pocket pages or something put on top to be written on, so you can still sort of see the black, but I like the way that sounds. Got some splashes there. Super grungy cooked page. Very grungy pages here. This is from a vintage tool book that was all black and orange, and so of course that fits in my Halloween journals. Did some collaging on here, or I guess scrap usage. Got a creepy page there. Very creepy. Some collaging on there. Here we've got a distressed envelope that was turned into a pocket. And got a journaling card here. Vintage. This is a vintage book page. Here I used some Tim Holtz packaging because I love the way that all these black, like all the different fonts of these words. It looks really cool. And then we've got a Stacy Daisy card that says "Follow the Spark" with a bonfire on the other side. And we've got a Greg shorthand page here with these symbols. They look kind of alienish to me. Probably can't even see that too well because of my lighting. So I like to include those in my darker grungy journals. Did some collaging on here. Here we've got a flip out envelope that I did some collaging on with different grungy things. You can see this film sticking out there. And inside we've got a journaling card that I made. It says "Something Dreadfully Wicked." And this makes a tuck spot on this side, and I just tucked a journaling card inside. Here I used another film strip and made a pocket out of it, and we've got a couple of vintage items. This one's good for journaling. This one you could back with something and turn it into a journaling card as well. And here we've got another pocket, just a journaling card inside. Did some grungy inking up here. This page is very, very brittle. It's very vintage and it's foreign, so just be careful with that page there. And we've got a pocket here with some more journaling cards inside. I did lots of different sewing patterns on the edges, and I used this rusty orange color and this black color to mix it up. It's really fun because it lets all these threads hang down, and it's super grungy, so I love that. Here we've got an upside down pocket. These journaling cards, and these were grunged up. This one also opens up for a little extra space. Here we've got another envelope with another journaling card on the inside there. Very grungy paper. Some eyelash yarn. This is vellum that I used my rust solution on, and it turned out really, really cool. And then I just did some grungy stamping on it. Vintage book page here, and this is vintage notebook paper. Some grungy stuff on here. It's a vintage newspaper from 1972. And here we've got a little tuck spot with a very grungy journaling card. Just a cluster here. Pocket with this thick embossed paper. Here we've got, I did some splashing and some eyelash yarn, and then over here is the inside. Basically, this thing is a giant envelope, and it turns into 2 envelopes once you put it in a book. And, well, not 2 envelopes, 2 giant pockets. So I made a giant journaling card for that. Did some collaging on here, different grungy materials. We've got some fingerprints and some stenciling. More stenciling on this one, and then this is the other side of that pocket, and we've got another large journaling card here. This really cool wolf on it. Did some splashes there. We've got this paper. It says "Make Up Your Mind" that you can fill out, but it's also got blank space on the back for just journaling or continuing what you're writing about over there. Here I stamped 31 on this side, and since you can see through it, looks like a backwards 13. And then I just stamped it again right there. I did some grungy stuff on this page. Some stenciling. And that's the end of that. And I forgot to mention that most of these digitals I grunged up They have been inked, they have been banged on, they have been crumpled. Lots and lots of things have been done to them to make them look very grungy and kind of like worn. I mean, it really adds to the effect that you can see from the edge. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this journal, and if you did like it, make sure you give me a thumbs up, and if you're not, go ahead and subscribe because I've got 2 more Halloween journals coming out. So see you guys later. Bye.